on to another InventRight TV show. We have our resident LinkedIn for licensing expert, Benjamin Harrison, and our co-founder, Stephen Key. And my name is Andrew Krause. I also co-founded InventRight. Benjamin, what incredible nuggets of information are you going to provide our audience on this show?
He's going to show the basic 3 chords to play the guitar. So, Benjamin?
I could use that. I don't know how to play. You going to show us, Benjamin? No. We're going to do something else, right?
Hey, you make the call, man. Any way you want it,
I think our audience, probably the title of this had something to do with LinkedIn. So let's talk about LinkedIn. Let's do that.
Okay, golden nugget number 1. We're going to talk about building your mob, right? And this is something that LinkedIn allows you to do in a way that you really can't do on any other platform. It's an opportunity to build a community of like-minded people. And we're seeing this more and more. The more InventRight students that are on LinkedIn, the more that this has become a tool for product developers. We've seen the community aspect become more and more prevalent in this. Isn't that right, Stephen?
Yeah, I think let's go beyond just InventRight students. Let's open it up to inventors. And let's even open it up even further to entrepreneurs. I think we have an opportunity to band together, right? To work with each other, talk with each other, share information, contacts. I think there's a whole opportunity for us to use our strength in numbers by making those connections, by sharing, by liking, by contributing. Because I think when you start to build that community, and you support the community and you give to the community, when you need something from the community, they're willing to give it to you. That's how I see that in my world. And also, as everybody's listening now, your spouse is going crazy because you're talking about it all the time. You're talking about your ideas. You're talking about your business. You're driving everybody out of their mind. But LinkedIn is another place to connect with all those other like-minded people that you can talk about your invention. And you can do it at 12 o'clock at night. You can do it at 6 in the morning, anywhere in the world. So I think it's a place for us to hang out, to talk, and not drive other people crazy, but build strength in numbers.
That's something that I've noticed in the inventing community on LinkedIn, right, is making connections, reaching out, sharing your ideas with people isn't something that's very intuitive in the normal day-to-day life of an inventor. When you think of an inventor, you don't think of a social butterfly, right? You think of the person in the garage with stains on their clothes and they're slaving away at something. But it's a really amazing opportunity because as a small inventor, as a small business owner, LinkedIn offers you an opportunity to link up with other people that have the same issues, that have the same struggles, that have the same goals. And I think that that's a really powerful thing for inventors because going through all this on your own is really difficult, right? But now you don't have to. And so not only is that in the process of finding somebody to make a prototype and seeing other people who they've had good experience with, but it also comes into play after your product has hit the market. And now all of a sudden you have a community of people that you've been supporting up until this point, right? You've paid it forward. You've been an active participant. But now all of a sudden it's your time to shine. And this is something that we're seeing more and more is product developers and inventors using that platform as a way to get out in front of their product and say, hey, I'm the original inventor, and help their licensee out in this as well. And it's becoming a very, very powerful thing for inventors.
I mean, I think it's one of the best ways to, I guess, advertise what you're doing. I mean, think about, it's free, number one. And if you build a huge community and you're sharing your idea that just launched and they're sharing it and they're supporting it, you're getting all that information about who you are and your product to all these people that might want to purchase.
Yeah.
What better way to do that through LinkedIn.
And you're not just schlocking your product, you're telling a personal story usually. Because if you go out to the media, you know this very well, Stephen. You go out to the media, you don't just go, here's my product, promote my product. That's an advertisement. But you tell a story. And so it's very important that you're telling a story on any news or social media site. Would you agree, Benjamin?
Narrative is very ingrained in our society, for sure. It's very important. Narrative is really powerful. That's an amazing way to get your story out there in a way, or get your product out there in a way that actually speaks to people. Numbers and 50% off, whatever, it doesn't tug at the heartstrings the same way that a good narrative does.
But you know what it also does? If you tell your story, you're the original, you get it out there. I've seen the community, if there's someone that copycatted you or infringer, they tell you about it. Hey, there's something over here that looks like yours. They actually come and help you. And I love that. And sometimes they'll come and defend you. I've seen that too. They'll go back and they might shame a company. They might say, hey, look, what are you doing? This is an inventor. I like that you have this community that's helping you police your creativity, your inventions, your ideas out there. Yeah. But you have to be active. That's the catch. And I think you said it perfectly, Benjamin. Not everybody's real social. Not everybody wants to make those connections. And I'm a pretty private guy. I know that's hard for people to believe. But there's one particular topic. I love this topic, right? So I might be really quiet in a social setting that they're talking about something I'm not really interested in. But if you're interested in this particular area, make connections with all these other people that have the same vision that you have, and share it with them, because you never know who they know. You never know what door they can open.
Yeah.
And I've seen that, and they're willing to help.
It gives you a sense of being powerful. I think a percentage of inventors feel a certain sense of powerlessness. And when you got this big network of people, it makes you feel more powerful. It makes you feel like you belong to a group, which you do. And it's very empowering. And so why not? Why wouldn't you do it? And even if you are a bit of a loner, you get out of your shell a little bit, network with some other people, feel powerful, because you guys are powerful when you all work together, Yeah. So we'll end it on that note. Anything else you want to say, Benjamin, before we close it out?
I was just going to agree with you in that there is strength and power in numbers, and you don't have the same target on you as you do if you don't have connections in an industry, or you don't have a community that's backing you. So I think it's a really positive, powerful thing to do, and that every inventor should be doing it.
And another thing that's empowering is having a presence on LinkedIn and looking professional, because a company that may mess with a wacky inventor might not mess with an inventor that looks like they got their act together. That is a bigger form of protection than you could possibly imagine. So make sure you set up your profile. Benjamin, I'm sure, has talked about that in other videos we'll do. So I remind everybody to take care, keep inventing, and we'll catch up with you on the next InventRight TV show. See ya.